All right. Now give me I just run a quick test on all of the cameras so I can see what all the angles look like. Cause I really haven't been paying attention. Oh, okay.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute, I
that's
think
a
I need to
great.
take my gum out my mouth because I am.
And let me put my phone on mute. That's an important little element piece there.
I've been getting in trouble with this gum all my life. Okay.
All right. So you good? You ready? All right. All of this unnecessary extra that I have to do is annoying, but it makes it look good on camera. It's your boy JS1 Supplier, VVCLife.com, Aries Lounge, as you see right there. We are back in the building. And once again, I have an illustrious and uberly important one-on-one conversation with one of the most influential business people in our city. You know what I mean? She does some of the biggest events you've ever seen in the city. She is a dot connector. She is a mentor. She is a boss lady, a magazine owner. She inspired my journey into becoming a magazine owner. She helped me get my radio station the way it was supposed to be. She is definitely one of them queens that has been loved and respected by the whole city. And I'm a retard for forgetting to have her on this platform. So I am so happy that today the queen herself, Marcy Crump, is in the building. How you
Hey,
feeling?
I feel pretty good.
Hey.
Considering it's Monday.
That's a fact.
We're supposed to have the blues today. The
We
purple
supposed to.
blues.
We
today.
supposed to. Yeah. It's like I said when you first came in. I was like, it's a big tragedy and a big win all at the same time.
Yeah, just made up for it.
But you still look good. You came out here looking good as hell.
Thank you.
Hell
thank
yeah.
you,
You showing these young girls how to, you know what I mean?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
I just want y'all to know. She told me from the beginning, she said, don't ask me no crazy, salacious stuff. And I'm like, I don't even know no salacious stuff. But let's see if we can find something salacious later on down the road. I have no idea. But one of the main reasons why I want to bring you in is I definitely feel like your story hasn't been told. Well, you tell it a lot. But I'm saying, and I only say that in the way of when people honor you, you know, you give people your journey. But I definitely feel like because I've been interviewing Baltimore legends for the last few years, that it has become important for me to make sure that people like you, man, we document the story. We get to see, and we get to see the intersection between how you and others have created the entertainment scene, you know, the party scenes, how they all interconnect, you know, how that stuff interconnects with the city. So being that you are in a lot of those spaces all at one time, you know, who else would I talk to about this type of thing? So I want you to just start from the beginning. Are you born and raised in Baltimore?
Yes.
Okay. Which side? East side, west side?
Let me tell my story.
Oh.
People always say when they get comfortable, are you mixed? And I go, yes, I'm mixed with McCullough Homes and Madison Avenue.
Hey.
So I'm West Baltimorean.
Fly.
West Baltimore.
Flyness. Yes. That's so important.
Yes.
I try to tell people all the time, the West Side people are always the swaggiest. They always got the most style. You know what I'm saying? East Side dudes got the most muscle. They go crazy. You know what I'm saying? But West Side just be fly with the game. All right. So you were born in West Baltimore, where you went to high school? Where'd you go to high school?
Okay. My parents chased schools. So my family, grandparents, because I was born living with my grandparents and my mom. White Lock.
Okay.
Now Reservoir Hill. Then to Park Heights, went to Edgecombe Elementary. Then to Pikesville, Wellwood Elementary, and then to Columbia, Maryland.
Got you.
Fulton Ridge, Wild Lake Middle, Wild Lake High School. Came back to the city middle of my senior year and graduated from Walbrook.
Got you. So then how did you get into partying? Because I know you as a big time party promoter. So how did you get into that?
First of all, I come from a very big family that partied. Even my grandmother did catering for a lot of the galas, and a lot of people don't know, a lot of concert promoters and record label execs, Jewish world, was in Baltimore.
Gotcha.
So we had a big family, a very fun, handsome, beautiful, like to be out family. And so partying was in our blood. We
Gotcha.
snuck in the Odells, the original Odells. The kiddie discos, hanging in the park. It was a gang of us. Even now, people are like, that's your cousin? You're real? Any given party, it was 20 of us in there. So
that's a lot.
yeah.
You bring the party to the party.
Yes. My grandmother was the one of 15. One of
Wow.
15.
My dad was the youngest of 9. I thought that was a lot.
Right. Yeah. And she had 7. And all of us, it's just a lot of us. But anyway,
Right.
It's in our blood. I was a dancer all my life. I could dance before I could walk. Even in Colombia, it was the Black parents made sure no matter where we went to school, different schools in Colombia, that they sponsored parties so we would know each other. So even though Columbia was mixed, but we partied in people's houses all over. So I've been really partying since like 6th grade at the roller skate rink, somebody's house. We thought we were grown, but when I think about it, the parents was right upstairs. They even used to rent halls out there so we can have parties. And then like the older guys got hip to it and they were the original party promoters that I knew. In Baltimore, it was club promoters, but they were the first. So then I went away to college. I went to Virginia Union University. We partied every Friday and Saturday night, clockwork, except for finals, and then come home. For some reason, my father had the backup sound system and the soundboard and the mixers from Odell's. So I learned I taught myself how to DJ. So partying, and my parents were the ones who had all the music, the 8 tracks, what was the ones I forgot what it's called. The big ones, reel to reels, everything, and the loudest on the block.
Got you.
It's in my blood.
So if I'm piecing some of this stuff together, because Scotty B sat down and told us a phenomenal story about just telling us about the history of clubbing in Baltimore and the different phases that music evolved through, from the live instrumentation into like what is that with the disco music? It's the high tempo cocaine music from the 70s.
Yeah, the
disco. Yeah. And then it moving into
turned into house.
Right. The house music starts coming in, and he gets into creating club music. So were you able to experience that firsthand yourself? Because being at house parties, you kind of curate your own list versus being out.
Okay, so I have a unique experience that Columbia is mixed with Baltimore. You either have Baltimore roots or DC roots. So I was exposed to club, house all my life, and go-go all my life. Because I moved to Columbia
so you got them DC vibes coming
all
in.
of that. And my father, even though he was raised here, lived in DC most of my life.
Got you.
So I recently had this short-lived conversation with a guy from DC, and I said I have dual citizenship. He said ain't no such thing.
Hey, well.
Yeah. But anyway, so I was exposed to it music-wise, but I didn't live in the clubs. Like, it's a lot of clubs that they have reunions, and people's like, you going? I've never been.
Right.
Other than Odell's and people having parties, I didn't go. I've never been to 32nd Street Plaza. I think I went to Volcanoes once because I was always in school. Club age, I was away at school, and when I came home, I was visiting friends all over the country.
Gotcha.
So I got the party from New York all the way down, really not past Virginia. Right. But so I heard the music, but I wasn't witness to it. I never been to Paradox.
Really?
Nope. I didn't go to original Hammerjacks.
By the time I was able to go, it was only for 18 and up. So I don't think you would want to go. Oh, that was Friday nights. But they had different night on Saturday and a different night Sunday.
Yeah, they had different buildings. Yeah, I've never been to Paradox, so I can say that.
That's crazy. Like, yeah. All right, so what were the places that you would frequent? Odell's, obviously.
Odell's, but once I got out of college, I was in DC a lot. I really was in DC. Gotcha. Or so many people were having, summertime was off the chain, and if you go to HBCU and you left town,
Mm-hmm.
you meet so many people and you just hang with them.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So no private parties. Yes, like people who are rent. I like they do now. Go have a party at a club.
Right. So in those early days, what were you doing for work before you transitioned into becoming a promoter?
That's a good question. I went school. Those jobs were just to pay some bills,
Right,
and
right.
really didn't keep a job that long. So my first real job, it really has a lot to do with my legacy and what I do now. And I was an editorial assistant writer at the Afro at 18.
What?
Yes, my father was the editor of the Afro. And my grandfather was before him, not immediately before him. My grandfather was an editor at the Afro.
Wow.
And I had majored in journalism at Virginia Union University, even though it was only like 10 of us in the
in the whole class. I can understand.
Majoring with me. So that's crazy, but I still do both. I still do
the writing component.
Nightlife and writing. I write every day. And everybody is mad at me that I haven't written a book or a script for a movie or whatever, but I've my career, anybody wants to know my day job, what I haven't had a job in a long time, was PR. So if you're a public relations person, especially I did it for the city school system and did PR and marketing for recreation and parks. You have to write every day. You have to write all kinds of things every day. And it really kept me, kept my skill set
sharp.
Yeah,
kept you in place. So what made you want to become a writer? I mean, if you have such a family that's celebratory and it seems like you have the freedom to move around. I mean, well, I haven't gotten into the intricacies of your family structure, but it seemed like, the sky's the limit for you to do anything. What made you choose writing?
First of all, I didn't. I hated writing just like anybody else. They said your homework, write an essay. Ew, right. Nobody want to do that. But every time I wrote something, teachers would say you're an excellent writer. I'm like, really? Now let me say this: my father was not who I lived with. My stepfather raised me.
Gotcha.
So my mother and my stepfather raised me, but I always knew my father.
Gotcha.
And I really didn't pay attention to what he did. I just went to visit him when I was little, summer break and stuff like that. And while he worked, I had no idea what he did or cared. All the great stories, how your parents, or I don't know, some people talk all the time and you're like, yeah, that's nice. But I didn't really appreciate all those stories until I was older. So at Wild Lake High School, I remember this teacher, Teresa Almond. She pissed me off, but she was telling the truth and she wasn't rude or anything. She was like, you're one of the best writers I ever came across. And I would tell you to dedicate your life to that, but Black women don't make money from writing. A lot of they don't support Black women for you to have a career. And it pissed me off. Like, you can't tell me what I can do, what I can't do. And when I found out, I have so many stories. So when I went to Virginia Union, my era, my generation, everybody wanted to be business majors because we all wanted to have a BMW,
of course,
a bachelor's, be an accountant,
corporate card, you know what I mean, corporate expense card.
And so I was thinking of business. So let me tell you this: my parents were both educated from the hood, Chase school systems, but were very Afrocentric. You didn't know that unless they talked to you or be in their house, but they were corporate looking, da 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 da. But they taught us to question authority. Don't kiss nobody's ass unless you want to. I never heard ever, you stupid. I like in my family, maybe two of my cousins might have teased me that because I was the lightest in my family, called me white girl, but everybody else, every range, we weren't, our Black families, you get nicknames from your worst trait or your worst experience. I didn't have that. We were, my parents were really into pouring into us so we could be independent and not fall into we weren't even allowed to say yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. My
Really?
father said that's some slave shit.
Wow. I say it all the time.
But that, I mean, if your family taught you that, that's good manners. In our house, it was like we weren't disrespectful, but I, like, my son always tells me yes, yes, ma'am, and I'll be like, where you get that from? You get it from me. It doesn't bother me, but I'm just saying that's how rebellious that is. So that's my stepfather and my mom.
Got you.
But my father, my biological father, was a reporter. When my father met my mother, he was a reporter that interviewed her when she got out of jail from a protest.
Okay.
Yes.
I like this. This is getting good.
So all of that combined is in my DNA to this, like, be myself.
Got you. Partying and, you know, fighting the power all in one family.
Yes.
So, you know, turn up and pro-blackness.
Pro-blackness.
That's dope. Right. So what did your father primarily write about? Was it just...
he was a journalist. He was a journalist.
Okay. So he wrote about pretty much everything.
Yes.
Okay.
And was crazy. Really crazy. So my father took... So I have two sets of brothers. I'm the only girl. I'm the oldest, but I have two sets of brothers.
Right.
My mother and my stepfather, 2 sons, and my father has 2 sons. And my brother David, my father, and I and my stepmother drove to Harlem, one of the famous libraries in New York, but I can't think of it, to research and find this book, because my father never wrote his book either. I read many stories, but he never wrote his book. Someone wrote a book on his writings, because he was a reporter, and his account, because him and one other person were the only people media invited when Malcolm X and Fidel Castro met in Harlem at Hotel Teresa. And me and my brother was like, so you telling us you didn't write somebody wrote a book about what you wrote
and you didn't write about it?
You didn't write about it.
You could have scribbled it down. Yeah. You could have gave us a pamphlet, a kid's book. You know what I'm saying? So does that mean you're gonna write your book?
Yeah.
Or your kid's gonna be mad at you because they're gonna find out all of your stories and be like, "Yeah, you're gonna write a book."
Well, segue to that. My son, who just turned 25,
shout out to him,
is in the music. He went to Clark for 1 semester, hated Atlanta. Sorry to anybody in Atlanta. And he is a writer. And I never knew, he always could write well. I mean, you know, God gave me the right kid for homework. Because I was like, oh, this is good. Because I as active as I am in community, I never went to PTA meetings and none of that. I didn't. Sorry.
You had better things to do with your time.
We raised him right, but
it's probably because his grades was always good, so you probably didn't need to go up there and
but on a humble this summer, he said, "Yo, I'm working on this project." And I didn't want to say anything, but it got picked up by one of the biggest film houses in the country.
Okay.
And because he adapted his friend's book into a screenplay. So he's officially a screenwriter.
Look at you.
And from that, and I'm like, what?
Look at you throwing parties when you should be writing movie scripts. What is you doing with your time? What?
No, I've been harassed many times. I have a lot of friends in Hollywood. They don't write either. They're in other, all different. And the ones who have written, they have so many heartbreaks because somebody stole their stuff. So, maybe.
He said maybe. All right. So my next question is, because I want to get back to the storyline. So you go to school for journalism. You graduate with the degree for journalism.
Yes.
So were you writing for the Afro during college, or was that something that happened after college?
No, that was my first job before I even went to college.
Wow.
My summer before college, I worked for the Afro.
Right. And then once the Afro.
So once I went to school, I had to write you go to college, you had to write all the time. So I don't think when I had a lot of fun doing the projects and stuff centered around broadcast journalism. But this is before Oprah got her big show, and my classmates loved the fact that I would take charge because they would get an A. And they all, and
look.
My little boss, I never thought I was bossy until right now. My bossy was like, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And so when I graduated, that's when Oprah had her first the show in Chicago. I knew of her in Baltimore because she lived in Columbia or used to come to church. I knew of her, but she blew up while I was away at college. And I was like, she stole my concept. But I still wouldn't mind pursuing a career in on
like television.
Camera. But I have a gap and it illuminates.
It does not.
On camera.
It does not.
It does back then. And
he said back then. And we have technology now.
Yeah, technology. And people don't care now.
Nobody cares.
No, they don't care. But a lot of people say you're light skinned, you have privilege. Yes, I do, but not in that world. Okay. If they want somebody black, they want everybody to know they're black. So
they gotta be black.
Yeah.
So technically, I'm not black enough.
No, I'm talking about this is many million years ago.
So we had to get Brandon on there. He's blacker than me.
They didn't want him either. They didn't want us.
They didn't want none of us. All right, we all fired Brandon.
So you had to be like butter, not butter, but like you had to be
your complexion.
No, you had to be brown, but not too brown.
And not scary brown.
Yeah, not okay. Wesley Snipes brown. Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes brown is that's not brown. That's black. Like you want to be somewhere like Bob Marley.
Yeah, Bob Marley.
You gotta be Bob Marley black. You know what I mean?
What's when you light skin, that's maple.
You got a little almond in you. Yeah, a little maple. You know what I'm saying? Right. You got a little hue. Just a light hue.
And I realized I'm not that aggressive. I'm not. I don't care that much. When you go on assignment for somebody else. Gotcha. You have to ask questions.
Gotcha.
And you have to be relentless to get the answers that they want you to get. It's one thing with a lot of content creators and podcasts, you ask the questions that your people that you're representing, what you want to know. But when you're working for a conservative organization, you got to ask the questions they want. Gotcha. One of my first jobs writing was obituaries. I didn't want to call people and ask about their family when they were dead and mourning. But I found out that they love to talk about their family. They're proud that you called. So what my little, idea of, I don't want to do that, but I still have that in me. I don't want to do that.
You want to do the obituary show?
No.
Tonight we're bringing in Aunt Judy and she talks about her dead husband, Larry. Come on in, Judy. Like,
of course it wasn't a show. It was just an obituary. But I still have that attitude, like I don't want to do it to a lot of different things. Like, so that was part of, I don't care about, first of all, I was very well aware of how biased news was. And in Baltimore, all they showed was the perps and then maybe a house getting burnt down, let black people talk. That's about it.
Dang. So did your father, I don't mean to jump back, but did your father ever publish the reporting he did with Malcolm X?
Yes, it's published.
Okay.
It's published. That's why the person researched found all that.
Gotcha.
We just had to go find where that book was when we went to New York.
Is that book still available? Yeah. You got me wanting to read it.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, because it's one of the only accounts. Because nobody, I'm trying to think what year was it published. It was published. My father passed away 2012. It was probably published maybe 2000, something like that.
Got you.
I don't even know I don't know what year that was, but we went up there and it was like, aren't you embarrassed? Talking to him.
Well, if anything, he's proud. Like, hey,
no, but he always talking about his book he's writing.
Oh,
and that wasn't even a book that he was writing.
Right.
It's like you could have wrote that yourself. But it was published, so it's not like he didn't pursue his talents.
Right.
But that was hilarious.
So, what was the publication you were doing that you were writing obituaries for?
That was Afro.
So was that their favorite?
Yeah,
okay, got you.
Yeah.
So would that be kind of like the writer's version of the mailroom? It's kind of like this is the lowest level. All right, here you starting out as the obituary person as a writer.
I think so, obviously, because I got that. But then I got to do some other writing, but I was only there from May to the end of August.
Right.
So I learned a lot in that short time. So
got you.
Yeah. So
what do you think about the Afro now in the space that it's in?
Well, it's pretty consistent in terms of where it started, in terms of the categories, but they're in recent years they have jumped a lot into becoming more progressive and contemporary.
Right. Because
for the longest time it was the same thing. It was even more what do you call it? Not scandalous, but more entertaining back in the day. Because when I used to research some of the old articles, they were like, so and so got a divorce and da 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 da. I was like, ooh, the jet was even worse.
Oh yeah, the jet was all that.
We didn't have a lot of ways. Radio was on one of the few in some shows, black shows, but you had to read the Afro. And the jet was really
one of my favorite uncles had stacks and stacks of Jet magazines in his house. Like he almost had every copy ever made, and he used to love he loved that magazine, man. And I used to like it because it would be the girl in the magazine. She was never overly, she was never overly showing anything. It was but it was nice and alluring. You got to see a nice young lady in a swimsuit. I always thought that was pretty cool. And they talked about music, and that's kind of where I got the VVC Life, the concept with having the smaller magazine and then having the different elements in it. You know what I mean? But the thing I've always wondered about the Afro is I felt like the Afro had a unique space of being people to be respected as a legitimate journalist space. So it could go into politics, it could talk about social issues, but also it could be normal everyday life. But I don't know if I don't like as seeing things in the last few years and some of the conversations I've heard around it. I just feel like it lost its way. It really needs a sense of purpose outside of survival.
No, I've recently seen things that they are changed and became more contemporary, tech driven.
Got you.
Some of the projects I've been part of, they come to cover it. And stuff like that. When I first did the Flywire, they had a tag. He's no longer here. One thing I wanted to tell you, don't ask me for names because I can't remember people's names. Do people know what your real name is?
Most of the time they don't.
All right. So I always had to remember, what's his name? Jamal. It's Jamal, you guys.
But she don't have to do that because we only interact. I mean, outside of the times we see each other, I will always say, hello, this is Jamal.
I know.
And I always say from VVC Radio. You'll be like, I know who you are. And I'll be like, I have to make sure.
I know, but that JS Supply or whatever that is.
JS1. Yeah. I've had it since I was a kid. It is what it is.
Yeah, that is what throws me off.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I never called him no JS. What is his real
name? You're a grown woman. We always done business. That ain't you ain't about to go buy a ticket to a show. I wouldn't expect you to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But anyway, what were we talking about?
You were talking about we were talking about your time as a writer before your Flywire magazine, and then we were talking about the Afro, and I think you started to pivot into the launch of the Flywire magazine. And did the Afro do something at the launch party, or were they
during the time where the Flywire was doing all kinds of things, they had a society page, and they had different parties and the pictures very right in time. You know how some of the banner is doing very good at keeping in touch with what really is happening right now. But other publishers would be like, we did that 2 years ago. You talking about somebody, we ain't even, that's not Black life no more. Thank you, but you're about 2 years late.
Facts. So wait a minute. Let's go back because I want to understand what made you decide to start the Flywire magazine.
Okay, so I had started when I was working for the school system. I I don't like doing anything slow. I think a lot of people have heard interviews. I'm the one that comes in like, I ain't doing that. That's taking too long. When I first came in the PR office, we mailed out press releases every
Wow.
Thursday.
Isn't that nice?
I was like, don't you know they got computers now? This is like 96, 97. There's such thing as fax machines and emails and stuff like that. So I was one to make sure, like, set up the fax so we at least fax it to the people we know. And I recommended that we send out emails to not teachers didn't have emails, but principals did, administrators, school board, and stuff like that.
So you got them an AOL disc and y'all got your AOL account?
Right. No, well, they have, believe it or not, Baltimore City School had a very good email system.
Really?
So I asked my boss at that point. She was like, I don't know nothing about no emails. I don't want to do that. But she said, you can do it. So I did the emails to the whole system on a regular basis, press releases and media, city hall, places like that, and stakeholders or partners or whatever. So when I got very successful with events. So coming from college, if you ask for party, all this stuff goes hand in hand.
Right.
After party, graduating from college, I worked in DC. I hung in DC. One of my best friends was also my cousin. He went to Virginia State. I went to Union. We partied together. We were at all the clubs and all this stuff. So I knew a lot of people. I actually started doing grant writing, and my father got me a job, Department of Health. I always was end up writing. So when I wanted to deliberately come back to Baltimore and work in the community, because I was in DC, but DC is black, just like Baltimore, black chocolate city. But I was like, love what I did, but I'm like, I could be doing this at Baltimore. Baltimore really. So I deliberately wanted a job doing PR for Baltimore City Schools, and I ended up getting it. Manifestation works.
No, it's a fact.
So,
and having that college degree don't hurt them either.
Right. So all during that time, college and after, I was behind the scenes of guys that wanted to do parties, and my cousin was one of them. So I ended up working with my brother and his friends. They had Blackout Productions. I ended up meeting my ex-husband, who we still work together, and friends, very good friends. He had his own promotion company, but we decided we were just going to be friends. You know, you do your thing with your world and you can do and whatever. But my world got really mad and acted like assholes because we were dating and treated me like a second-class citizen, even though I did all the marketing and the concepts and all that stuff. And I said, oh, y'all can treat me like that? I said, Phil, fuck them. I'll help you. So we blew up. So we did the Two Fierce Productions, is Phil's company, TFP Entertainment, and we were partners. And we did the big parties at Martin's West, and we had our biggest party was at the convention center. We had 6,000 people. Me being behind the scenes, I got a lot of experience producing events, marketing. We were the first ones to really do flyers and color design work. My family is very good at that. Both of my brothers are good at design. We used to had to get our flyers done in California because there were no color printers locally.
Wow. In the East Coast, golly.
Well, yeah. Well, the best price was out there.
Yeah,
so while we were doing Two Fierce Productions, Phil used to sell ads because back then flyer straight to straight, and then we had mailing lists. We had all that kind of stuff, and we created a magazine. I had to create content to go with all the ads that he was doing.
Got you. Right. So makes sense.
First magazine was with Two Fierce, and it was It's funny how you have flashbacks. It was crazy back then.
Because it sounds like you got so much going on. I mean, throwing events is so involved, and then managing an email list, and then conducting sales, and then
right. So let me say this. I didn't really. I don't know. Were we still married? I don't know when no, we were divorced when I started the email list. Because like you said, AOL disc, nobody was willing to pay for that.
Right.
Only the nerds on the tech rooms and all that stuff.
Facts.
And that was $1 million. But when I went to, after we broke up, and I really didn't want to be at my job, they were playing games. DC was what started my email list.
Gosh.
So my life with HBCU, Virginia State, all that, Howard, whatever, I met a lot of people, and one of my friends threw out click with my cousin because we hung out in DC, and I lived in DC after college. They were the popping champagne VIP. This is early 90s. We started that, but after getting a divorce, I was still hanging with him, but this is when Republic Gardens was very popular, and I started with Dream
in DC.
Yes,
the one that joined got like 5 floors.
Yes, the best club ever, ever on earth. I don't care what anybody says, and I travel. Best club ever. Disneyland for adults.
Yeah.
So
I only went there once, and I had a phenomenal time.
So Roy Brown, I'm gonna say his government name, Doc. We called him Doc. Was in hospitality business, so he linked with Mark Barnes, and he did the hotels, the venues, and all that stuff. And then it ended up being the VIP connection. And he was like, "Yo, nobody really knows how hot Baltimore is. Them fools spend money, not fool,
Yeah.
He said, I ain't never seen nobody pour out Moet and Dom Perignon like they won a championship except for Baltimore.
Talk to
and
him.
He was like, he already knew I was part of, with Phil and all that stuff. He was like, I want you to be the one to just give me the hot boys and the sexiest girls. And that's how I started my Flywire email network with 40 people. And it went to 2,000 like that. At the top of it was 20,000.
Good God.
Because then it was everybody. It was it wasn't just Baltimore. And I hosted Fridays at Dream. And that was the wildest. I loved it. I wasn't even there half the time. But people, look, in my office, because they had the plastic credit cards, VIP, and my office at the school system, people who I never even thought would go out because they in their corporate suits and all this stuff will come in the office, and they were like, and I'm PR, so anybody can come see me. It's like, and these are people that head up departments. Hey, you got any more of them VIP passes? Like I was selling dope.
That's crazy. Yo, Dream was huge.
Yes,
man.
in the tech department there. So let's go segue into how I got. First of all, it wasn't a Flywire initially. My promoter name was Social Butterfly.
Okay.
And I worked with LaRon Finney. After I took a short break after, breaking up.
The divorce.
Leading up to the divorce, I did not want to be his enemy. We weren't enemies.
Right.
We weren't enemies, but all the people that hated us as a company was like, yo, you want to work with me? You want like, no, you was hating me about it. And back then it was deadly to be it wasn't about how it is now. Right. Even though a lot of dope boys retire or transition into club scene, but these were different days. But anyway, so
I never imagined club promoting to be potentially treacherous.
Yes, very treacherous.
Oh, wow. But why is that?
Because it's a lot of money. Okay. And there's a cash. You can launder.
It's a cash business.
You can
launder. Laundering. You go ahead with your bad self. All right, go ahead.
And the ego.
And the ego.
Right. They want more bitches. well, let's not talk about that. So I
That's the salacious we were talking about. Let me stop. Let's go. So we gotta avoid the salacious. All right. Yeah. Right.
So I was sending out the emails for school system.
Mm-hmm.
I was sending them out from my work email.
Right. Right.
And the tech people, everybody black really knew what I was doing that was young.
Right.
The old people they were like, why is she sending all these emails? I'll be like, delete button works. You see that?
Right.
But everybody else was like, oh, that's the one that's doing this, that's that. So they supported me. And when it got the bandwidth was like, oh, there's too much activity going on there. Let's help you get your own email.
Mm-hmm.
And then it ended up helping me get a website.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of help. And I got to the point where I left the school system, but I had my own stuff, so it wasn't like that hurt.
Right.
And I went to Rex and Parks as a marketing and media director. And I had so much fun there because when I never heard Rex and Parks in the news, unless you have kids or you go to rec centers or whatever. I was like, oh, they need so much help. They never in the news. I may have to think of some programming. When I went over there, they had so much going on. So much going on. I said, y'all make my job easy.
Word.
And I already had the system in place. I already could write. I had help.
You had the email list.
Right. They made it so easy. They were on the news every week. And at the same time, it was a whole new energy. I was already doing the events and the energy of what's popping in Baltimore. And so creator said, we need a magazine and invited, it was 5 of us. And I was the only woman. All of us had equal lifestyles. We all had day jobs. We all were parents. We all had a hustle that was successful. And we all had very outgoing, ambitious personalities. But every meeting we had, they was like, well, how are you going to, not they, one person, how are you going to do this? You're a woman.
What does anything have to do with being a woman?
And I would say that. But you have children. And I said, do you have kids? Don't you have more than one kid? How are you going to do this? And you have your own company. You have your own company. So it would be that repeat. But when the other guy, it was like, oh, so are we ready to do this? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, let's go for it. But when it comes to me, it'd be like, but are you sure? So I said, we haven't written a paragraph. We don't even have an LLC, nothing. But you question me before I even do anything. I say, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not getting in bed with nobody that don't have faith in me.
Yeah.
So crazy. I left, and Phil, knowing what I did with Too Fierce with a magazine, and one of my girlfriends who worked with me in PR at the school system was like, do your own magazine. I said, that's a lot of work. They were like, you can do it. You did it before. And I was like, I don't want to do it. I said, God, if God gives me some help, I'll do it. So the first thing I did before I even moved forward, to the guys who was in the group with me, that I knew them before, but it was just coincidence that they were invited.
Right.
And they were promoters. I said, I'm not working with y'all, but I'm going to try to do something on my own. They said, fuck that, we going with you. So my founders were 2 of the other guys in the group, Steve Ayers, who people know Stevie Love, and Mark Baltimore, who passed away.
Man, rest in peace.
Yeah, he had Blacklist. He was a barber, very popular barber.
Got you.
And Blacklist Live. You know, the Juan D. Hove, they were partners.
Wow.
Yeah, so and so God brought me so many people to help me. My uncle, who has been all around the world, one of the first Black male supermodels, happened to come back to Baltimore at that time. And he got me some of the best photographers in the world. So how did you do this? He said, in the photography business, fashion, you're as good as your last published. You can have the best And the same as models. And they saw what I did with the first one. They said she's not going to mess up my pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them had black content, but they were white. Even one of my favorite photographers, her name is Yvonne Taylor, and we had the opportunity to go visit her because she lived in DC, and she answered the door and she was white. I said, wait a minute. Oh, Yvonne Taylor. So, and writers, there's so many talented people here, photographers. It came together. So that's how I did the Flywire. Now the name the Flywire comes from Social Butterfly, me sending out emails and faxes all the time like a news wire, and the word I use words that people can understand. So Social Butterfly, I use that even though I'm not really a social butterfly. I like to be in the house and I'm an introvert that likes to talk. But anyway, I knew that the average educated person that likes to travel would know what a social butterfly was.
Correct.
So I used that. And I always was taught never use your name as your business, because if you fuck up, you can't change your name.
You are correct.
You change your business. So, and Fly, even this was 2002, 2003, Fly always to us meant
cool,
nice,
in style,
yes.
Fashionable.
Right. So,
excuse me.
So the Flywire send out information on a news wire, like
through the internet.
Yeah, through the internet. Even got named Best of Baltimore from Baltimore City paper twice. One for Nightlife Stir for the website, and then the next year, we put out the magazine, and it was like the best magazine.
Got you.
Yeah.
How many? What do they call them?
Issues.
How many issues did you release?
Not many, like maybe 15.
Man, I got kicked in the head after 4, so I'm like, shout out.
I wanted to quit after 2.
Oh my god!
And then I won the award. I said, "Oh god!" And I wanted to move to Atlanta, and I was like, we couldn't sell the house. I was like, "Oh, all right, well, we're gonna have to fix this house up better." And
that was
Atlanta was popping. I said, "Oh, I fit right in down here." And my son loved it. My mom loved it. My brother was living down there. Let's go.
That's crazy. Now I was in love with it. I was loving doing the magazine. It's just I ended up losing a lot of people, and I was doing it all myself. So it was hard trying to create all of the content and then trying to conduct sales at the same time.
Can do that.
And it's just really, it's hard to do. So even though I got the biggest artist on my last magazine, things kind of imploded on itself.
No, it's very hard work. I had a lot of people who, first of all, it helped my nightlife, and then the magazine
open up doors.
The nightlife made people, the trendiness of because back then the events that I was doing, no one was doing.
Right.
Nobody. So it was like, we want to be, it was like both. Like, and the magazine, I had advertisers, but most of them were local businesses. And my sponsors of the nightlife didn't advertise in the magazine, but they sponsored my parties.
Gotcha.
But they knew that if it set me apart, that because promoters get a bad name, janky promoters, they exist. And they were like, she's a real business person because she can get this product out in a polished magazine and run a company. So they gave me money for the parties.
Gotcha.
So, and back then, not too many other people, party promoters, were getting sponsors.
Yeah. That's true. And it's hard to get it in the city. I mean, there'll be companies that'll come along and throw you some product, but to actually cut a check so that you can actually make something happen, that's few and far in between.
Right. And my biggest lesson was, when you do it right, you can sell if the product is good, even if the product's not good. I don't believe in not good. I turned down a lot of stuff. Like, I don't know, but I almost turned down one of my greatest experiences was Coors Light. I said, Baltimore don't drink beer. I mean, people drink beer, but parties was.
What city you talking about?
No. my world was
oh, I forgot. You upper middle class people.
No,
my bad.
no, it's not upper middle class. It's upper money.
Upper money.
A lot of is from the hood.
Yeah. So, I was about to say, I'm from the gutter.
I drank beer, but it was Moet, Hennessy, Remy.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't even drinking vodka when I first started. And so Coors Light was like, when my brother was like, you got to talk to them. And when they talked about what they wanted to do, I was like, okay. And Baltimore supports who supports them.
Mm-hmm.
Coors Light sent people from the Flywire to the BET Awards, to Miami, all kinds of stuff. That era was like the most fun because it wasn't just somebody just want to give you to buy six,
right?
Or six cases of whatever,
right? And they to be genuinely and really involved because they have a distillery. I don't know if it's a distillery or a manufacturing plant downtown. So probably making sure that they were doing things to give back to the community was a great thing. We have a lot of people that manufacture here that don't give back to the community. So
right.
I give them
and I believe in win-wins. So my work ethic is
pretty crazy.
It's crazy. And it's because I'm doing something that I'm good at. It's a lot of stuff. I'd be like, I'm not doing that. And they're like, don't ask me to be the cashier anywhere.
That's crazy. You understand me?
That is so technology. Crazy. I still gotta give you back your change. Ask any partner. I know my money, but I am slow counting, and you can't talk to me numbers out loud.
Yeah, I'm that way. I'm definitely that way.
And I have to be reminded, most of the people that have the ingenious counting ability have come from a very high pace, got to count at top of your head experience.
Right. No, 100%. 100%.
Without saying anything.
All right, so 15 issues go out into the streets. At what point in time did you invent the white party? How did that even come about?
First of all, I didn't know it was ingenious. This is something else, but it will lead to that. I had printed circulation, found out that magazine distribution, you probably know this, and retail is like dealing with the
mafia.
Yeah, the mafia. Yeah, for real.
Because they call the spaces real estate, and you have to either purchase real estate or like even if you get put in a place, like it's hard.
It's very hard. And when I found out that if your product did not sell,
they sent it back.
They in my era they tore the cover off.
Right.
So you can't even sell your own product.
Right.
I was like, hell no. So from the very beginning, I had limited circulation. We would have it in, barbershops, salons, and at events. But everybody got a copy through a PDF in their email. So a lot of people didn't even know it was printed.
That's crazy.
Yes.
I treasure these physical copies that I have, and I think that is so special. But we also have a PDF version. But anyway, go ahead, continue your story.
Yeah. So I needed to say that. And what was the question?
I wonder, do you still have all of the PDFs from all the originals?
Almost. I think I have them all, except for the first one. I don't have the PDF, but I have a hard drive that I had all that on, and it stopped working. So somebody's gonna be able to fix it.
Yeah, because it might be
one of them big external drives. Yeah. Like back at they were like, nothing we can do. I was like, that's crazy. But most of it.
It might be time to start printing them up, and like we might need to do an art show or something with just Flywire magazines. I think. Man,
see you in my head, because.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Believe it or not, 2024 is the 22nd anniversary.
Hey,
of the Flywire. What do you call it? The effort. The founding, the origin of the Flywire.
Of the Flywire magazine.
And I wanted to do a gala for that in conjunction with my birthday because I have a very big birthday this year.
You turning 21?
Yeah, 21. Yeah, they said 21. Someone just told me, oh, I'm supposed to say 20 times 3. I'm 20 years
3.
old. 3.
There you go.
No, triple. Oh,
You a triple OG?
yeah.
Shit.
No, because they just told me this on Friday. They were like, no, you can't say that. You have to say your 20 triple 20. Something. I'm at the text them and find out what
about it.
But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I have a big birthday, but I decided I don't feel like paying for it.
We have somebody else pay for it.
I don't have it like that.
Well, I got some ideas. I'll tell you off camera. But
yeah, but I wanted the big. I have the vision. I already have what it looks like.
Right.
But bigger than life. Like pictures. Like
I got some. I definitely.
I got it. I already got it. No, I already got it because I wanted to do that for the white party too. Because
that's what I was thinking. I was like,
so the white party. So the white party.
Create a whole thing. But go ahead. Yeah, tell us the inception of the white party.
Okay, so after my big 40th birthday, the next year, one of my I'm not even call you my friend, but because of the origin of the white party. I don't even know. I'm not gonna say who it is. Anyway, because I just remember. I'm like, where is he? And I found out he's gone away. I don't know what he did. I didn't know.
Vacation.
Yeah. I should tell this story. But anyway, Boss Man's manager at the time. He's a Taurus like me. And he was like, I love your parties. I want a birthday party. I want something fancy. And I want the who's who, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, what's your budget? And he was like, okay, we can make it happen. And I said, so what's your guest list? He said, no, you invite the people because I don't have no friends like that. Right. So I found a place. It was the Artist Sub-Basement Studio. It's right on Howard. It's right on Howard. You remember? Is Rite Aid right there? It's a high-rise apartment building. Anyway, it's in the heart of where all the light rail and all that stuff is on Howard Street.
Got you.
Not far from the arena.
Got you.
All that area. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So it's not Roll Farms no more. It's CFG or something like that, or CGF, something. It's new. It's a new name. But anyway, so it was it's like a New York, what do you call those studios, art galleries, but it was very modern. Right. Everything was white. So me and my girlfriend, Jeff Kent, owned it. Me and my girlfriend Nikki, who's part of the magazine, said, dang, this would be nice. Instead of having a black tie affair, you have a white tie affair, meaning the opposite of what society says we should do. Right. And we're gonna invite people. Everything was white, so we had white food, drinks, furniture, everything in there. And wearing white was optional, so it was the white tie affair. But it was secret, and we didn't even send it out in email or a text. I don't even know if we were texting really that good. This is 2005. And you got an invite. You had the RSVP, had a live person that you had the RSVP, and she called you the night before to tell you where it is. But leading up to the event, that fool went ghost. And already invested my money. Lesson number 1: don't do nothing for a client
for real
unless they give you your money up front.
Yeah, collect that check.
Right. So I wanted to cry because I already has stopped working. That was when I stopped working my government job because I saved my money, had certain clients lined up to do the magazine full time and the parties full time because I had enough income coming in. And he stood us up, and I was stuck with like a $5,000 bill. So we turned it into the magazine launch. Yeah, we turned it into the magazine launch.
So the first flower, the first white party is the launch of the Flywire magazine.
Yeah.
Yo, that's fire.
And it was still around my birthday.
Yeah. What a way to pivot.
That God makes stuff.
Yeah, yo, that's a gangster ass pivot, dog. Right, I love it.
I love the way you move. I pivot all the time.
Professional pivoter.
Yeah, I am. That's shoot. That I watched that podcast, The Pivot. Man, I know I'm a pivot. Yeah, make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen.
Hey, I feel like when you're an independent business person, you got to learn how to be a pivoter.
Yeah, you cannot be stuck on that. When people say, "Oh, I hate it though," because I'm so stubborn, but I'm flexible. But when people say, when you manifest, you have to feel it, you have to believe in it, and be relentless and don't give up. Yes, but you gotta have a plan A to Z, and don't be so stuck on something that's not working. But so it's hard to balance your dream. I think you have to. This is anybody listening. Your dream should be you, not what you're working on.
That's deep. That's deep. Because
that shit changes.
Yeah, like the name gonna change, the location will change,
the ideas,
the people. Sometimes you know what I'm saying. Like it's very hard. So yeah, 1000%.
What you believe in is you.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Wow, that's super deep. So as the magazine grew, so did the white party.
Right. So the first year, we were only allowed to have 75 people.
Right.
So the next year, I'm not gonna tell you all. Next year, I worked at the Wrexham Park, so I had some connections. So we had at the Howard Rawlings Conservatory, and we had a tent outside, and you could come in for the bar and hors d'oeuvres and stuff. It was very nice.
That sounds elegant.
Yes, and we had. So it was 75. So that year we had like 600 people. Then we came back. We had
Marcy. That is a considerable jump. I'm sorry, you can't just
because we had the magazine.
Yeah,
look, we even said
you go from 75 to 601.
Right,
jump.
Because the magazine showed that we had this secret white party.
Right.
I wore peach because I don't look good in white, and it was optional.
Okay.
So the emphasis wasn't really about the white, but it was the fact that it was not. First of all, when you go in that building, you had to get on 2 different elevators to find the studio, because it was go down one level, go down, and then another. So everybody that came was like, "Oh my god,
this is super secret. This is exclusive,
right? Exclusive." So
because Baltimore don't have a lot of exclusive stuff.
So the next year was 600, and then the next year was 1,200, and then it was 2,500, and we got kicked out of everywhere we ever been.
You have, so it is an event that people talk about all year round. Like if you are into, I tell people like there's a social scene in Baltimore, especially among affluent blacks. That is the place you have to go. Like if you are not somebody, if you don't go to that event. I have been called a cornball because I have yet to, not once in my life have I stepped foot in the white party. But I've been called all types of stuff because I used like, yo, how you supposed to be the man and you ain't been to one of the biggest, most influential events in the city. I've seen all types of celebrities there. You've had it outside, you've had it inside, you had it at the Black People Museum downtown.
Yeah, Frederick Douglass, Isaac Myers Maritime Museum.
Look at you for knowing real names and me just messing it all up. Can I be on camera too, sir? Is that okay for every now and then? I'll be on camera. I know she's fine and everything, and I know you like her. You know, this is my show. I want to be on camera too.
Let me
live a little bit. Like
let me be on his own show.
I just want to be seen on my own show. But no, like that. I mean, I've seen so many incarnations of this great event. And the reason why I'm bragging about it so much to you and give you so many kudos is because I've done events myself. I've done a ton of events, everything from Jello wrestling to award ceremonies. I'm dead serious. Like it's hard to get people to come out to an event.
Yes.
And then it is even harder to get stubborn black people to get dressed up.
Right.
to come to an event, so for everybody to dress with the same color. So for you to be like, I got 600 or 2,500 people to all come, and spend money to come and hang out, I think it's such a phenomenal thing.
It's such a blessing, and it's the brand is real,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still hard work every year. It's not just the people itself, it's just the momentum, because people get older and people, oh, I don't want to do that. It's so aggravating just to be nightlife and people, but you have to not take it personal. You just have to. I had to tell my promotion team, don't ask anybody to come to the party. Anti-promotion, right? But my team was females, women. Let people see you have fun. Let people see the recaps of the event, because in this city, if you say, hey, you want to come to my party? I don't do that.
And when you don't ask, it make it seem like you already lit. So people are gonna be like,
but yo, if it is lit, it's lit.
That's a fact.
Lit is different levels.
Dang, bro, you just dropping jewels. Continue.
Because I hate the people. Oh, back in the day, and this is one of the funniest things. So when we were doing Martin's West, and it was off the chain. Talk about celebrities. We had so many people. Like my favorite was Mike Tyson. And he came more than once. And and
was you divorced at this time,
no,
or was
married,
you still married?
Yeah,
was you married?
But look, my
did you get fluted out? What's going on?
No. And he lived in Maryland. So, but really? Anyway, yeah, he lived in Maryland for a long time.
Gotcha.
But it was so funny when I first saw him. I was like, "Yo, Phil, he the same size as you. You can take him." He's like, "Girl,
you don't get out of here.
If you don't get your ass,
I'm about to get my ass whooped on a joke."
No, but anyway, one time when my girlfriends were hosting the VIP room, most people didn't even know we had a VIP room, because and I'm always worked the door. I was never inside. I was the door person in security. So I didn't really see the party at all for years. And at the end of the night, my girlfriend said, oh my God, you're going to be so mad at us. We're like, what? We didn't die. What? We spilled Hennessy on Mike Tyson. We were, they said we was drinking the stuff that we were.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is before the era of bottle girls and really good cocktail servers. So, and he laughed. He was like, I'm good. I was like, I can't believe y'all asses spilled drink Hennessy on Mike Tyson. Yeah, yo, and they're still my friends.
The Negro nectar. You know what I'm saying? Just dropping the essence out of Negro nectar all over.
We've had everybody there, because we also worked with the radio stations. So when people did their promo tours, when people really was putting out songs every other month, every week or whatever, if it coincided with our events, they were there. Everybody, like, we had, every time I was like, damn, they were at our party. Damn, they were at our party. Damn, they were my party.
You know what? That's never something I would do small events to promote the radio station, but I never thought about making it a mainstay because of the workload. And my thing is, I didn't think about it, even though you had told me how you had kind of built the audience, but it was just an undertaking that I wasn't ready for. But I see now in hindsight, I should have been knee deep in doing events, and especially Brandon, honest, when you're trying to bring in celebrities and you're trying to be adjacent, because it's all about putting your brand next to things that are moving, so that people will constantly look at your brand as growing or important. Or
I did not deliberately do it that way.
Right. But
first of all, my events are about the people.
Right.
And when I started, we were showing pictures from the events, and it was before social media. So that was the only way they could see sexy people that go out, and a lot of people live vicariously through them. Like, dang, this is hot. Oh my God. Even so now with social media, my friends that live out of there, not from here, but like, Baltimore is popping. Baltimore. All my guy friends is like, Lord, I'm gonna get divorced if I come hang out with you. So it's the same thing. So it was a era where that was the only way to see EVIP lists, EVIP lists, and Eric in DC was, and then some people that popped up in Atlanta and Miami showing the party pictures.
Gotcha.
So it just grew like that. So and a lot of promoters, I worked with a lot of promoters because I had the audience that they could reach during email. I mean, I still do that. But when social media came, MySpace was the worst. I hated MySpace. But promoters embraced technology then and got their own following, and that helped it. And the same thing with music. Back then, radio was the only outlet for
the artists to promote the music,
and to be seen at events. A big event like that was a big deal,
right?
And now streaming, radio, and some people don't even care about radio like they used to.
And some of these little artists don't care about coming out to events,
right?
And that's something I don't understand. Like they yearn to build these dedicated audiences, but when it comes down to being out, I'm like, why don't y'all go to malls? And because I remember when we were young, it would be all about finding out where the groups of people were, and then wanting to engage in those groups. You know, pass out your flyers, do freestyles.
They don't know.
Do battles. You know what I mean? It was about
they don't know, and they haven't seen it. People mimic what they see and experience. And old heads telling them how it used to be, they don't care. They do not care. As much as I promote every day and how
But what's different with you now is Flywire, the social media page, has just become a hub for information and entertainment. So
it was always like that.
Yeah, so it's like now I follow the page, and anytime something new is popping.
Okay, so can I interrupt?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Can everyone listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Go follow the Flywire Mag, the THEF as in fly, wire Mag, because they disabled my page of 70,000 people for content copyright infringement.
Did you get the blue check thing? I think they're doing that.
I can't even access my blue check thing. They better not take my money out my this happened January.
Oh, so you had a blue check and they still shut it down?
Yeah, they don't care.
Dang, I thought the whole premise of I thought the reason why they was cracking down is because they wanted people that were like serious business people to start spending that money.
And I can't even so I don't even talk about it, but go follow the Flywire Mag, because I only have 3,500 on that page. That was my backup page.
Facts, but it's lit. I'm always in the comments, because like whenever you drop stuff, I'm like, dang, how did you find out about that before I did? Like, y'all, I always, I respect people that stay on their pivot, like especially not pivot, but just stay on what's going on in the game and making sure that you're posting about it.
Yeah,
that's a lot. I don't think people understand how much work that is to constantly have your antennas up to be able to pick up on and knowing what is important to repost.
Right.
That is a thing.
So my whole purpose of everything I do has been to cater to our culture, celebrate it, period. Because it was always a lack. It was always, you couldn't, Soul Train, everybody watched, because that was how we even watched American Bandstand, even though we had to wait for the black group. I mean, this is many, many, many years ago.
Many years.
Google it, look on Wikipedia, YouTube it.
Here she go. Here she go.
But it is still, I was so happy. I've always every day promote celebrate black culture. That's why I don't participate in the downfall of anybody. Somebody else can talk about it. I don't do gossip. It's just not necessary. Even with the magazine, I did not chase celebrities. They came into our purview. I didn't chase them. Somebody's publicist said, could you do this?
Gotcha.
Could you do? Like recently, and nobody paid it any mind, but Cat Williams was in our magazine back in the day. And when I read shout out to Adrian Alexander for writing the article, she interviewed him. It was it was the same stuff that he talks about, but he never kept it a secret.
Right.
And the article was amazing. So
I saw you post about that.
Yeah, like but the article, I need to I'm going to launch my website again. I need to put that on there. The article is so good.
You should put them all on there.
I am, but
magcloud.com. You're going to use that. It's a service where it'll service the book to people. People can subscribe to it. People can buy the book if you want it, or you can set it up for free to where, and then you can embed it on websites to where people can open it and they can flip it. And it's mobile. They have a mobile version.
Yeah, because I have the Uber Flip. I use that. But MagCloud.
MagCloud. MAGCLU.
Oh,
Mag.
I'm so used to Mac.
Yeah, right. MagCloud. MAGCLOUD.
Yes.
.com. For those who want to start your own magazine. I know a bunch of huge independent platforms that use MagCloud, and it doesn't cost you any money up front. All they do is a percentage split, and they do physicals. So like somebody can buy a digital version for whatever you want to charge, or they can spend $15-$20 and get a physical, and they print it on demand and mail it to the customer.
Do you know who has a beautiful local? Is not a local. She's here.
Mm-hmm.
Urban Reads. Her
she's got a bookstore.
Yeah, bookstore
down on whatchamaflange. I love her. Yeah, she's the dopest.
Yes, but her magazine is amazing.
Wow, she dropped a magazine.
She's had a magazine.
Really? I apologize, fam. I didn't know. She never dropped one off.
It's in her bookstore.
I gotta pull up.
I met with her, I saw the magazine and was like, yo, I know how much you paid for that.
Yeah. Facts.
OMG. I was so impressed.
That's
so impressed. So impressed.
Yo, that's high praise.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to check it out now. If you saying it like that, I definitely gotta check it out.
It's about the penal system and getting people out and helping.
I know what you're talking about. Okay, yes,
She
I've read
said
that.
The magazine, they have solved some
Really?
Yes.
Through the magazine.
Yes, gotten people out.
Wow. Shout out to her. Okay, I do remember she had an issue that had the real Rick Ross.
Yes.
He was on the cover of one, and then they had another gentleman on. Wow.
No, but the quality is
stellar.
Yes.
Man. So have you ever had the itch to be like, all right, I'm gonna get back into it.
Yes.
So I'm saying, let me sweep the floors. I can carry your bag. I don't have no problem. Look, obviously I know what I'm doing
tonight.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't say sweep. I got a lot of clothes to fold.
Hey, I don't mind doing the work, man. I obviously I don't mind doing the work. I spend all this daggone money on this stuff, but like, yeah, man, like I've always felt like we always need to have something for ourselves, and it shouldn't always be depressing. And I definitely feel like one of the things I don't see enough is publications that put us in the light of like making us look good. Like we dress good, we smile. Like I insisted on people smiling, and I was like, I don't need y'all mean mugging the camera for my magazine. Like
I hate that. I hate that. My son, when he was little, I'm talking about really, he still do it. I'm talking about a toddler up to 5. I had to sit down and say, why don't you smile in your pictures? He said, models don't smile, Ma. I was like,
oh my God. Where did he get that from?
He was born like that. He was born a whole grown ass man.
Right. And even down to the outfits, like, man, if I was to show y'all the real picture of what Tracy's look like, we had to do some editing to make it, you know what I mean? And I mean, I not that she cared, like she looked great, but I was just like, man, I don't want the attention to be on, not trying to take away from her beauty, but I wanted people to respect her mind and the hustle in the game. Like all of you guys put into becoming the people that you become, and the people that you hire, and the families that y'all feed, and the fun that you provide people to help them forget their problems, and all of the 300 murders we got to deal with every year.
Yeah,
like
no, it's a real need and service, and a lot of people don't take it serious because they have jobs that really aren't fun, don't provide fun for anybody, and they're having fun. So, and when people ask me to come to their parties, I'm like, yo, no.
I want to go to work. I just did that.
Let's ask some mailman to deliver on his day off.
That is a fact. That's such a deep line right there. So, all right, when you got a day off, which probably never happens, but like
I have many days off.
Really?
I'm not.
And what do you do on your days off?
In the house.
Look at this.
Do you know it's expensive?
Look at this. It's expensive. You're rich.
I am not rich. I replaced
6,000 people.
That was 1996. That was 96. Man, no, I'm blessed because, first of all, it replaced my good government job, but it's not a regular paycheck.
That's a fact.
So I might have a good season and a slow season. I'm in my slow season right now.
I'm definitely in my slow season right now.
Right. Yeah. Very slow.
I do real estate and construction. It's always did between December and late February.
Well, mine is just whatever. It's because winter is good for parties.
Really? Oh, yeah. Because people want to be inside. Right.
Not just that. Summer, unless you're outside venue. Summer, you have so many things to do to see. You can go outside and see a girl in a sundress, and now they don't do sundresses anymore. In a bodysuit and booty shorts.
Facts.
So a lot of people just go out so they can see people when it's winter.
That's true.
So that is where it's very successful in the wintertime. Most people don't know that, but party promoters know. You make more money because they can't drive down the street and see no booty cheeks.
You know the sad thing is though, last summer I couldn't drive down the street and see no booty cheeks. It was dead in the street. This generation don't want to be outside no more. So it's like
they have more clubs to go to. I don't know what they doing.
I honestly don't know. I feel like they be in front of that television on that phone.
I'm not even mad about that because I'm so glad my son is in the music business and is not outside every day and doesn't chase the club, doesn't chase the park, the harbor and all that stuff because it's crazy.
That's true. So all right, when you're having your so when do things crank up for you? Is it like April, May, or is it like you saying because the clubs is packed during the wintertime? Do things just pick up for you in the fall?
No, summer's been popping for me. Okay, so I'm going to say that. Oh yeah, because I had the white party, and then I've been doing weekly events since pandemic. Right.
So because I know you were involved in the AFRAM at one point.
At one point, yes, not recently,
and then
not since. Dang, who was the last mayor? Anyway, no, I haven't been involved since probably a long time. I still promote it if it's a date or whatever, right? But I'm not involved. I used to be involved, like be there, like manage the stage. Finney, who does Jazzy Summer Nights, used to do the entertainment, and I was on his team. We used to travel for NAACP events and AFRAM and Urban League. I didn't have to do the Urban League conventions, but yes, I used to manage the stage.
Got you. Jazzy Summer Nights is lit.
Yes. So
man, I love that.
Yeah.
And then like you were just saying before the mics came on, CIAA's coming up. So you're gonna be able to do a bunch of events adjacent to that. So can I get some inside scoop? Since I'm not doing Salacious, can I at least get some exclusive inside scoops on?
Yes. So I am a CIAA graduate.
Okay.
HBCU, Virginia Union University in Richmond. Was a cheerleader, so I traveled a lot, football and basketball. So I was very familiar with the CIAA. I was part of the culture and was a cheerleader when Charles Oakley was playing. Love Charles, and so our school was always in the championship something. Football, basketball, even women's basketball, won nationals when I was a cheerleader. But anyway, so CIAA never in life thought it would be in Baltimore. So that's like winning the lottery. Charlotte was off the chain. COVID came, so it's growing here, but it's not where it could be because of what the pandemic.
Right.
But anyway, last year was off the chain. I was part of the team for Thursday night. It's called the biggest MFN happy hour, and that returns this year, Thursday, February 29th. Is that the 29th? Yes, it's the 29th.
I feel like I got something planned on the 29th. Then I'm gonna have to cancel because I gotta come out to this event. All right, go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really excited. You better come. 6 to 11. It's gonna be downtown at the atrium, which is part of adjacent to is a new event space, the grand opening. Next to Port Discovery. And Saturday last year, I hosted with some out of town promoters. The Stadium. Instead of stadium, it's Stadiums.
The strip club?
It was at M&T Bank Stadium.
Okay, got you. At M&T Bank Stadium.
That was like the biggest party of CIAA. It was off the chain. So this year we're having Stadium at Power Plant on that Saturday. March 2nd, 2 to 7 p.m. One ticket gets you into 6 venues.
Got you.
One ticket.
I get a chair and an area I can fall asleep in. We gonna what? I'm gonna be there. I don't dance, but I'm gonna come. I'm gonna be there. I can hold sparklers for you. Want me to hold sparklers and go like this?
I ain't doing all that. I can put you with the bottle girls on.
No, I ain't got nothing.
We have the whole venue, except for Ram's Head. Ram's Head has Kid Capri with Delta Sigma Theta.
Okay,
and I am a Delta.
Congratulations.
And so they're 1 p.m. to 6. So we'll have the whole place. This will be historic.
So are we gonna
we have 10 DJs.
Okay,
because it's different clubs. So we have and so one ticket you can go to any of the clubs. People were booking their tables and they're having their sections. We also offer an open bar wristband, so you can drink at any bar.
How much is the wristband for that? Because I would prefer that.
Yeah. That's a good question.
You gonna charge me one flat price and I can get drunk all night?
So Thursday we have a Valentine's special.
Okay.
This discount from February 1st to the 14th. We already sold many tickets.
I'm quite sure of that.
Man, I don't remember nobody's number. But are
there going to be any? So of the 10 DJs, are they local or are we bringing people from out of town?
I look. They didn't know me from a can of paint, and my little big mouth told one of my clients who knows. He said, this dude from out of town doing the stadium, but that was the first year and he canceled. So I was like, oh, I don't know who that is. And then last year it was like, oh, he's coming back. He's definitely doing a stadium. I said, tell him he cannot come in Baltimore without going through the fly wire. And I talked to him. He let me be on the party because I invested in myself. I invested in myself. I could easily sold tickets as a affiliate. He said, and it would have been around the same amount, especially now that I know what the numbers were. Or I could be a partner. They already had formulated a team, and I could have been the fourth partner. So I said, no, I'll be a partner. And I said, but this is what you need to do. Give me my own ticket link. And he said, yo, this girl is fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
She want to make sure she get that bread.
Not even that, but I mean, sometimes people don't come to what you're selling. They don't come to everything I promote.
Right.
The people like what they like. And I promote well. So if I promote it and you still don't come, boo, I need to change that event. But it was so off the. So let's talk about our lineup.
Please do.
Okay, so DJ Kibi is my baby. She's been with the Flywire since she left Coppin.
Okay.
The only female when DJ, sorry. I'm used to being only female on my crew. She's only female. So, super DJ Big L,
Shout out to him.
DJ Kenny K.
Shout out to him, though. Jeez.
I know I got Kenny. I was like, Kenny's coming. DJ Eli. Woo.
Okay. Shout out to him.
DJ No ID.
All right. Oh, she got him. She bringing him in.
Yes. I know I'm forgetting some. DJ Quicksilver.
Oh, you got the big dog coming down the hill.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
DJ Skills. He's a big DJ out of North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? See, some of these people I don't know. I don't want to be disrespectful.
It's already gonna be big. The names that you named, these are like the best in the city. They're the best in the city.
The best.
You know
Only
what I'm saying?
we couldn't get was Tons that I really wanted to get because he's booked. He's
wow. You know, Booby back. Wait a minute. Did they Booby back in Baltimore? Wait a minute. And who else? There's somebody else that came. That's back. Kenny. Well, she already got Kenny K. I got Kenny.
Man, I'll be playing Kenny CDs every day, all day. Got my.
Let's go. Shout out to Kenny K. And I mean, make sure y'all get y'all CDs from Up Security Mall, man. I don't know if I think he still got his booth up there. So yeah, I mean, go support the Baltimore Legends for real. Shoot,
I'm not sure if they still up there. Deron won. Justin, the bearded drummer. You know Justin. And DJ Ty the Future. Now Ty, we didn't know him, but last year where we had at the stadium, he just had one area that you left one big room. It was open, you know how the stadium keep walking, and he was killing it. We was like, oh, we gotta have him. So it's a good lineup. I'm so excited. I'm really excited because I used to do parties at the power plant, but they like get out.
Wow.
Because we're not the demographic.
Of course you're not.
Yeah, so I get in there and they find out like get out or else.
That's crazy.
That was so many years ago. Times have changed. But anyway, the stadium is renovating this year. So this is why right after now they probably start shoveling tomorrow once they're renovating. So we should be back there next year.
So that, and then the white party is
oh yes, finally.
It's time to start this plug time.
Sunday, July 21st.
July 21st.
Back at the Lexington Market.
Really?
Yes,
so many people in the city love Lexington Market.
It is
it's
off
like
the
new renovations and all that.
It's off the chain.
Yeah, because they were going to do the awards down there, and then I don't know why they had to switch last minute.
Yeah,
but shout out to Chen.
That's my girl right there. Yeah, I love her. That's me. That's me and her. We're like this. We our path because she started when I started doing her own thing. Yeah. Yes, I love her. I really
every time I see y'all get together, I'll be like, yeah.
I really, really love her. And I was like, wait a minute, because right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Chen started the Crown Awards. And then,
I introduced Bunky.
Right.
And I interrupted when Boss Man and Mother Man, because I was like, wait a minute, when Mully, they said, Mully, man, Mully's here. That nigga's in Atlanta. Wait a minute. And then he said, oh, I know it's a surprise that I'll be the one. And I was like, Boss Man, wait a minute. And I'm back there like it's a coincidence, not a coincidence.
Right.
It's the universe that I am back here watching them
piece it up.
Mully Man introduced Boss Man because when they had the beef, their truce was through my magazine. On the cover of the magazine.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I was like, and they was like, Larry was like, go out there. Chinya was like, just go out there. And they looking at me like, what the hell? Where did she come from?
That's a moment. I love stuff like that. It was crazy
when they had the photo shoot for them. My team was calling me saying, yo, it's crazy in here. Everybody's taking pictures of our team taking their picture. And it was because I didn't know how real the beef was. It was a real beef.
Yeah.
That issue was called Bigger Than Beef.
Man. See, you got a legendary. That's a legendary magazine moment right there.
And
like,
Boss Man was in my first issue. I think he might have been one of the people that was in the magazine the most,
right?
Other than a couple of our models.
Yeah,
I think he was at least in there 3 times.
yeah. And I will attribute that to Boss Man being very much so, always being very aware of the power of media, and he always knew how to take advantage of the moments. Whereas a lot of the other artists might be more concerned with like music. They weren't understanding the business. But I think Boss Man just knows the business enough. So he knew how to create moments. He understood the importance of these things, and it's sustained him for 20 some years. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
We're like, so damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was real crazy. I was like, oh, wait a minute. What?
I wonder if has Chen come to the white party? I might need to kidnap her and bring her up there. Come on, man, throw something on white on. We're gonna go up here.
She was.
Yeah, I think she might have came through 1 or 2.
This past
year, y'all party together. Nah, that'll be hard. Well, I mean, you can't sit at the door all day.
I'm never at the door. It's against the rule. When Finney and I, LaRon Finney and I did. I was hired to do the Jazzy Summer Nights after party, and he asked me, so what? I always have this problem. So what would you charge me? I said, I don't know. I said, well, let's take a risk. Let's be partners. We win together, or we lose together, and we won. That shit. You had to be on a list just to get in.
Jazzy Summer Nights last year, they did a night with Tidra Moses, and I paid for the tickets, and I took Thierry with me. Man, we had a phenomenal time. Man,
Tidra was this year?
Was last year. Last year. 2023. Y'all had it up at the 23.
I'm not part of it, but it's still my family, so I promote it.
Yeah. They had it up the casino out because they did like a whole bunch of them. It was like 3 or 4 days straight of like, and it was Jazzy Summer Nights, and they were at the casino live. And I was like, it's not the same. Oh, dang, they out here just using the name out there. We need to rough somebody up. But hey, it was some good music. I ain't going front about that. It was definitely a good night. But anyway,
and I'm opening my own restaurant.
That's what I'm talking about.
As carry out at Lexington Market too.
Okay.
I fell in love with Lexington Market, getting ready for the white party.
What made you fall in love with it? Please be honest, because I'm not convinced. There's too many zombies for me.
But it's not the Lexington Market's fault. There are clinics, methadone clinics,
right.
Drug clinics.
Yeah, around
there. They're outnumbered though.
Right.
Shoot, it's clean. The food is great. If you're picky, so you say. I'm greedy. I love Lexington Market.
Okay.
I love it. And they did such a great job.
Got you. So in the midst of you setting up one of your, the biggest events in the city, you see a space and go, yeah, I'm gonna start selling. I'm gonna start dishing out food.
Well, it didn't happen. It's like that. I tried to convince Phil. I was like, yo, you need to come down here. Because he does the white party with me. And then I was like, you need to have a spot in here. And the more and more we went down there for meetings and eating and seeing the people come in, corporate people, visitors, tourists, kids, everybody, older people still like catching that bus or a cab, whatever, to go in their good clothes to come down Lexington Market. So the zombies are just they're outnumbered.
Right.
And people don't understand why they're there. They have clinics right there. If they really wanted to change the dynamic, they need to move the clinics, but that's a service, and a lot of people making money off of that too.
Millions.
Yeah. So it's definitely a service. That never bothered me because that's always been part of Lexington Market. And my son and I used to always say, back when 50 Cent was like, I love you more than fat kid love cake. And me and my son would have these like, I love you more. And I used to say, I love you more than the addicts love Lexington Market. And he'd be like, dang That's love. I'm not gonna say that no more.
Oh yeah, anyway. That's hilarious. I love you more than the addicts love Lexington Market. That's a Baltimore statement right there.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
All right, so y'all go down there and you're enjoying the food. You're seeing the diverse multicultural group of people that are supporting this new renovated wonderful space. And then he turns to you and go, "Let's get this money."
He goes, "I got too much. I have too many businesses.
Mm-hmm.
If you do it,
I'll
help you."
Mm.
And then he went as far as to invest and be the executive chef.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yes. So that is called a win. Phil's food is amazing.
So what type of dishes can...
Okay, so Lexington Market has this philosophy of not creating too many competitors in space. So they had an opening for barbecue. And Phil's catering is still smoking based off of barbecue, even though he's really known for soul food and seafood and all that stuff.
Right.
And he was like, because he always talks to people. So he was talking to people that they were like, well, we have an opening in a barbecue. You know anybody got barbecue? He was like, I do. But I never would think I would have a barbecue spot, but it's not just barbecue. So we're still going to do, they have soul food right next to us. There's a new sweet peas. It's just came this fall. So she has the soul food place, but we're going to do the barbecued version of pork chops and chicken, pit beef, cheesesteaks, his rasta pasta with the shrimp, and salmon, the grilled salmon and stuffed salmon. So we will have like the barbecue pork chops, jerk pork chops, baked pork chops, and add more things based on the need. So we're going to do specials like,
can we get some barbecue ribs?
Yeah, so ribs will be a special because ribs, he says, for some reason that's very, very expensive.
Yeah. The racks are like $20 a lot.
And so we're not doing lamb chops because it's like his restaurant, the Reserve in Woodlawn, where Paige's, the Woodlawn Center, where Shoe City headquarters used to be. He does all of that high end stuff at his restaurant. That's not the same demographic for lunch at Lexington Market. And many, many kinds of people love barbecue. They love pit beef.
I do.
Yeah, me too. But I never thought. But I unknowingly to most people, I'm a very great cook, but I'm not going to cook. At least I know food.
I'm a really great cook, but I'm not going to cook.
No. I paid my dues on earth. I'm not going to be nobody's chef.
Come on.
59 years old.
Come on.
No,
I'll pull up and give me a plate.
No, we have a great chef. We're gonna have a great cook. We have great recipes.
I want y'all to see that pivot, right? Y'all know she's one of the best in the game.
Yeah. So I come from a family in the food business too. So the restaurant is named after my grandmother, Zinni's Food Bar.
Wow.
Yes. So my grandmother was a caterer to a Black elite, and a lot of rich Jewish customers, and we all learned at a young age to help her get ready. And certain events like the sorority galas or luncheons, we were in white shirts and black pants serving, and we never felt ashamed of that. So service was never a problem with me. But I too old to be cooking as a new career.
But you can promote the hell out of it.
Yes, I'm a promoter, and I'm gonna be there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have my laptop watching.
So when is the official?
So just like building a house, they say a date and then blah blah blah.
It don't ever be that date. Yeah,
it's gonna be by March, maybe in February.
You know, I have a birthday in March. If you hadn't noticed, I'm an Aries. I would love to be a part of the rollout. You gonna roll my fat ass in the door to check this food out?
You better come out. Whoop,
Hell
whoop.
yeah! Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy me a couple plates. What you talking about?
Yeah, so
shit, that's food. What you see?
so it's gonna be open like 11 a.m.
Are we gonna do some special barbecue for the white party? Well, no, that's a no because everybody's wearing white and barbecue.
No, we had Connie's chicken and waffles. They ate. People going to eat. People are going to eat. We always have good food at the white party. We just couldn't do it last year because only vendors at Lexington Market, and we needed the space, so we had Connie's chicken and waffles as the food merchant. So it's probably going to be them and us again.
Gotcha.
But everybody loved their food. Connie's chicken and waffles, and they did one of our white parties when we were at Pier 6.
Gotcha. Pier 6
good family business.
Pier 6 was legendary. That was crazy. That's a crazy space. I mean, just it's summertime. It's outside.
It was beautiful.
If it was good weather, obviously.
It rained and we still had a great time.
It just looked. I mean, the pictures look phenomenal.
Yes, that was one of my favorite white parties. Period. Right. The second one at Pier 6.
Now I'm gonna ask you this question: if you could have the white party anywhere in the world, like if you had your choice of any venue, any venue in the world.
Where's MSG?
MSG? You want to go to Madison Square Garden, man? Get out of here.
Are you from New York?
He is.
Oh, that's why.
That's all like when he's on this Garbino.
Okay. I don't know a venue that I would love to go, but I have good connections. So I have a very, very good friend. I have the most special friends in the world. Okay?
Hello.
None of them are normal.
God bless.
Well, he is a council member in Miami that made great connections with the Bahamas. And he never had a job. He's always done real estate. So he either just bought a resort. Yeah, he bought a resort.
What?
Yes. And he's building condos. So, but I would go to the Bahamas, wherever the hell he is.
I have my passport. You can count me in 100% on that. That's my vibe. That's what I'm talking about. We've
been friends since we were 17. Well, we met at 17. We've been friends since 18.
Yeah, that's lit.
Junior prom.
Shout out to him for that. I think that's an ingenious idea. See, I knew you had something dope on your mind. Yeah,
well, Miami too, because I have one of my other good friends is one of the business development for Fort Lauderdale, that county. Is that Broward County?
Okay, so there's two venues that I would always love to see the white party at.
Okay.
Number one, Pharrell just opened up a hotel, kind of like a hangout spot in Miami.
Yeah, but it's cute.
It's
Pink something.
No, it's called the Good Hotel or something like that. But it's
Good Hotel.
And every room has its own completely different decorations. They have these big pool areas. They have these big, I think the white party will be phenomenal there. And then my other place locally that I would love to see you do it is at the aquarium.
Okay. Only reason why I wouldn't go to aquarium, because I'm not even gonna say this out loud. This is gonna be off camera. Off camera, yes.
All right. Well, we'll hold on to it. Okay, so she considered it, but there are reasons.
No, it has nothing. No, that would be a great place. So a lot of things that I said would never have let us.
They end up letting you.
Times are changing. So
right.
So I'm not gonna say. Back in the day, I was like, Now, CIAA came to Baltimore, in a city that don't want more than 200 black people at one time. Woo woo! If we become Charlotte, like at its height had like 100,000 people come to the city. I want that for us.
The question I'm always asking myself is, could we handle that amount of people? I'm talking about number one as a government, and then would our black community really be able to benefit from it? As far as businesses, would our business be able to handle the influx?
The majority of the workforce is us, especially hospitality. It's diverse, but especially hospitality. And there's so many restaurants that are opening. that can benefit from it directly.
Mhm.
A long time ago, this is why I always know it benefits. I forgot his name, but owned Kazans at Mondawmin Mall.
Mhm.
Said, don't ever let anybody tell you differently, because we had a lot of hate back then. I mean,
Right.
anybody that's popular gets a lot of hate. He says you impact the economy of Baltimore every time you have a big event. So the hairstylists, the makeup artists, the car washes, the hotels, the Airbnbs, the car rentals, shoe places, clothing, or everybody, and whatever you can think of that has something to do with transportation and hygiene and what you look like, everybody eats.
Got you. That's deep. That's super deep. All right. Well, with that being said, I feel like this is a great place to end our discussion. Now that you've just inadvertently talked about how you make this city better all by yourself.
Not by myself. but I'll tell you this.
Marcy Crump impacts the Baltimore economy.
Let's say bartenders make money.
Hey.
Bottle girls make money.
Hey.
Valet.
Yep.
Security.
Yep.
The people who clean.
Videographers, photographers.
Yes, everything.
Everybody eat.
There's fashion designers.
Fashion designers. That's a fact. Shoot, the after hour spots, the food spots. Because you know, once I get drunk, I got
parking garages.
Parking garage, 7-Elevens, they getting all that money.
Royal Farms.
Oh yeah, I've been at Royal Farms 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, many different days.
Yeah, after the white party, you might find me at a Royal Farms. They be like, "What the hell are you doing here?" In a gown, I'm tired, looking like who did because I did not eat today, and y'all are open. And y'all better have some chicken.
People don't ever understand that. They think that when you throw an event, that you just in there eating and kicking it. I was like, man, you running around like a chicken with your head cut off.
It took me like 6 years before I even had a drink.
Yeah. And even then, I'm scared to drink more than 1 or 2 because I need to be focused. Like stuff.
Yeah, white party. Only one white party. I think I kind of got drunk.
That's hard. I'm gonna tell you, you're a legend just for that.
And I lost my shoes.
That's even more legendary. I would never lose my shoes.
Right.
That's super crazy.
So anytime somebody say they lost their shoe, I was like, "Ooh, you had fun.
You had a lot of fun." That's crazy. That's insane. All right. Well, with that being said, I want to say thank you for all of your contributions. I want to say thank you for always answering the phone, being a sweet person, being a mentor to me, to sitting on the phone with me for hours and hours, giving me advice and telling me how I should be doing stuff and what I should be doing. It has always been appreciated on my part. You know, I am nothing but a phone call away for anything you ever need. Like I said, you ever need somebody to hold a bag, hold an umbrella for you, knock somebody out, do some work, you want me to write some articles. I'm all down for whatever you need.
Collaboration.
Yeah, whatever you need. I'm there for it. And and just you making yourself available to be a part of everything that's going on in Baltimore. I think that is so phenomenal because you don't have to. You don't have to do it, but you do it. And
the city deserves it.
That's a fact. We deserve a Marcy. You goddamn right.
I mean, the promotion of knowing what's good about us.
That's a fact too.
And Black Boy Joy put Baltimore on the map.
Agree. There's a bunch of people that put this city on the map. There's a lot of
for the right reasons.
Okay. Agree. 1000%.
That's why I presented the award for Bunky, because the year before when I got an award, I was like, I've been waiting for Baltimore to go viral for how great we are. And dancing, woo! Even what's her name? Gayle King said, if it's up to dancing, Baltimore going to the Super Bowl. We can dance our asses off.
That's a fact.
But Black Boy Joy having fun because we were too cool to dance
for a long time. And for a city that was all about dancing when I was a child. Yeah. And we had different dances and we had dance groups and dance teams and they used to battle each other. Yeah. I mean, tell you, 5 or 6 years ago, I almost got the Almighty Mickeys to come back together and I was going to sit them down and do an interview. And for whatever reason, it dissipated, and I was always depressed about that because it was such a story. But thank God for people like Bunky and all of them. Like
Yeah.
this is bringing it back for them.
And they have helped so many people
Mm-hmm.
to bring the music back.
Mm-hmm.
People just paying attention.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to TT the artist and
Yeah.
my guy Mighty Mark. They are doing wonderful things.
There's so many people. It's endless.
Mhm.
Endless. But shout out to Jess. It's not a mess.
Hey,
Jess is a mess.
the third co-host on the Breakfast Club.
I got a great story about Jess.
Oh, please shoot.
Okay, so when I don't know when she started posting, but when I discovered her posting on Instagram, I would repost her. And I tell you, I have friends all over the place that follow me.
Mhm.
And one of my friends who lived in LA loved her, right? And showed her posts to Martin.
Really?
Yes. And so when Martin went back on tour, they called me and said, we need Jess.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't know her personally, but I can find her.
Right.
So I called Cleon to say, please tell her to hit me up. And I connected her to Martin.
God bless you.
And that's how she opened up for him. And I cried like it was my child.
Hey.
I didn't even go to the show, but I was like, oh, I cried like she was my baby.
Yo, congratulations. Thank you for that. Congratulations.
Yes. So Martin's personal barber is from Baltimore, Frank Crosby.
And Martin Lawrence is from DC.
Yep.
Yeah, and that
but
is
they met in LA though.
Ain't that crazy? How people can go halfway around the world and end up meeting people from the same area. I think that's so fire.
Yeah.
All right. So outside of the white party and the restaurant opening, like CIAA, what else are you looking forward to this year? Maybe you get a vacation, maybe?
Oh, I take vacation.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
I might not have no money, but I'm going to go on vacation.
Man, you make me feel better about myself because I'm about to go on a trip next week and I'm
going to Punta Cana for my 60th birthday.
Hey!
Anybody that wants to come, hit me up. But no, it's like I just don't know. I have some friends going. I would tell the world that they come, but I don't want to be that lit.
You want to be able to relax and kick it, and
I do that no matter what. I do that in the middle of a crazy ass party. So, but anyway, so Punta Cana is my next trip. Gotcha. I said when I was turning 60, I was dedicating 5 years so I can be a zillionaire.
So you going hard for 5 years? So like after you come back on vacation, it's grind time?
It's going to be grind time like tomorrow.
All right.
Oh, so a lot of people don't know that I'm behind the scenes. I do a lot of help with business development. I help people through create businesses. I never know what I'm going to get myself into. So I'm not an expert because every project is different. Proposals, they say I'm one of the best with doing proposals. So I never charge. I never, and I design the magazine myself.
Gotcha.
So business writing, I'm going to transition into business development and
consultation.
Communications is my favorite. Marketing, but I found myself doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and I have my real estate license, so couple that with helping people. So I'm going to open up an agency, but I don't know how to write my services because every project is different. I'm like, I'll be so mad at myself. How in the hell did I get in the middle of this?
The easiest way to go about doing that is just to encapsulate everything into consultation. And then now you can have specific services that can be priced out specifically. So like, all right, if you want me to go and file your paperwork for the LLC, all right, if you want me to do your articles of incorporation, if you want me to do, all right, because these things, only thing you're doing is putting somebody's name in and you can already know what it's going to take. But if somebody wants you to be a day-to-day person, then you smack them with a per hour, $150, whatever. And then you try to help them understand how to use you so that they don't screw themselves. And if they just say, I don't care, I just want you around me every day, cool. You get paid to and somebody want to pay $250 or $150 an hour,
they're gonna be with me at Lexington Market.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean that that pretty much is what it is. But at the end of the day, you always just have to find a value for yourself. And
yeah, that's always the thing. Like, how do I price this out? And sometimes I tell people, no,
yeah,
because you took 22 hours to finish a $75 flyer. No, thank you.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
thank
definitely.
You. Right.
I try, and I feel like it's difficult to even establish price for creative work. Because like you can charge somebody $75 for a flyer, and then they take you through so many changes, and it just be like it don't even be worth it after a while. So that's why I really don't do graphics.
And I don't like creating stuff for people because it's really my idea. Mm-hmm. It's not their idea, and they can't put a price tag on that, especially with proposals. And you end up getting a 10,000 proposal, and how do you charge that? So I found out how to charge that and just get a percentage of whatever that check is.
Right.
Because it's so many people come to me, they have good ideas, but they never wrote a sentence down.
Right.
I don't do those projects.
Okay.
You have to care enough to invest your
time and your money.
Yeah, their own ideas on paper.
Oh, that's never a problem I've ever had. The
problem
is I have all type of ideas and everything. I just don't. When people be like, "Oh, yo, just get a grant," and I'd be like, "What? What is? What? You know what I mean? Like, where do you start?" But and then when I go onto the websites trying to look for the information, it gets so confusing and convoluted. So it's a little deterring. But
so those are projects I'd be like, why did I say yes?
Because you end up in the midst of something.
How did I get?
And it's almost your business at the approach. Like this is my thing.
And then I get a high off of like, okay, woo, and move on.
Right.
Move on. So yeah.
But those are the ones that make it worth it.
That's why when people call me boss lady, I don't want to be nobody's boss. I really call myself a freelancer consultant because I don't.
You got a restaurant now, so you are going to be some people's boss. Like you got a whole event that you do, and the security's looking at you like,
yeah, security don't even know half the time who they working for.
That's a fact. Well, I'm quite sure everybody in the security world knows you when you walk onto a scene at this point.
Not everybody.
Really? It's the new young niggas.
Who knows? But sometimes I'll be like, hey, yo, move. It's my party. And because I'm so rude, they go, oh, she's a rude. Let her through. Because they were like, no, you can't come back here. I'm like, it's you. I can't say, oh, it's my party. I go, move. It's my party. Get out of the way.
Thank you for doing your job, but step to the left. So is there anything else you want to shout out before we get out of here? Is there anything else you want to talk about? If there's some salacious stuff you want to get off your chest, now would be the time to get it off.
That's a great question. No, I don't think so. I won't have no regrets if I'm single, if that's salacious enough.
That's what's up. So that means I get to be a date to the CIAA thing. I had to get some boots or something to make me look taller. But
I don't have a thing about height. But no, you're not gonna be my date. I don't have no dates to no daggone
to no work event.
No. No.
Okay. Well, that's what's up. Well, I tried.
I'm looking for a pop. I'm tired of y'all young boys bothering me.
No, I agree with you. You definitely a sugar daddy deluxe will probably be the best thing for the list for right now.
Sugar daddies don't want nobody their age. That's why they get children.
What you talking about?
That's what sugar daddies get. The
sugar daddies want to make sure the sugar's there. Like that's it. You got the sugar. They got the. They got the.
I don't want nobody that old. When I hear sugar, so my friends who are sugar daddies end up marrying girls 30 years younger than them.
But if you get them 70.
I don't want nobody that
old. You said you wanted somebody closer to your age.
Not 70.
All right. Well,
unless they fine.
Can we say 65?
I really want my age or
you just want to be 60.
Between, I hate
Is it? What about a divorcee, father of 6? They all grown. They in their 30s. So he's chilling at this
30's too young.
No, I'm saying he got kids in their 30s.
Okay, yeah.
But he in his 60s.
Most of the men I date are normally like 45 to 50. They still running the streets.
My 45th birthday, dog, is going on. Let's go.
I want somebody in their 50s, but I don't want nobody 70.
Nah, I'm just 45. It's all good though. We should do a dating show. You know what I'm saying? Can we find love for Marcy?
Lord have mercy.
That would be so much fun.
Do you know what people I've been asked, especially from one woman in particular, all the time for me to be a professional matchmaker, and people have asked me to do events all the time, and I would have to say, don't blame me for liars.
So I would love to do it. I feel like that's something I've been asked to do 1,000 times. Will you do a speed dating event, or will you do like a singles event? And I'll be like, I don't know anybody. Like, I don't know.
It's always
people.
You got to find the guy. The guy part. The girls will be interested. The guys, I get blamed. I
can bring you a boatload of single dudes.
Really?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
No, because women be saying that.
No, but let me tell you like this. These aren't Denzel Washington / Idris Elba niggas. These are regular. They got jobs.
And then most
middle class
dudes.
They, you know what I mean? They just regular dudes. Chicks want, yeah, I mean, 6-pack The Rock niggas or these fucking.
But when you see them with who their baby fathers are, they don't look like that.
Yeah, but it's the bull crap. But it's like when they get out in public on a speed dating thing, that's when they put that air on where it's like, well, I want this, and you got to be like that. And it's just like, why don't you just? He's a good dude. He ain't gonna cheat on you. He got bread to pay for the bills. Like,
let's do that then.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I would love to do that.
All girls are like that. Oh, a lot of women, they just talking trash,
and that's the problem.
And the men have to say, "I don't believe you."
You need more people. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I would love to do that. I think that's a phenomenal event. And then, no, I was thinking for the love of Marcy, because then we can have the first date at the spot. You know what I'm saying? So you can have like little coffee and brisket. You know,
coffee and did he mean to say brisket?
a little
biscuits or brisket?
Brisket. You know what I mean? Because you sell barbecue, a little coffee and brisket. You know what I mean?
You know what? And I love coffee and I like brisket.
Right.
And at Lexington Market, we're right across from a coffee spot.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm putting it all together.
We should have it at Lexington Market.
I love that. That's what I'm saying. And then shoot you, I'll get 5 guys in a decent age range between 50 and 60.
Not for my date. I'm just talking about the match.
It's called For the Love of Marcy. Like people trying to hook you up. So let me be the matchmaker. Like, yo, man, let me match you up. Couple nice guys. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Ogoon, man. He need to get a wife or something, man. He just got a distribution company, beats no bullets. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Ceasefire.
Are you just throwing out people's
names?
I'm
literally doing
it. You're gonna get people in trouble.
Oh yeah, he's gonna kill me. What he actually might be down for. He might be like, yo, like, what's up? I'll be like, that's what I'm talking about. That's my guy. Anyway.
That's a great concept. I don't know about For the Love of Marcy.
I think For the Love of Marcy is it. That is it. I've just did it for 2024.
I need a drink on this.
All right, that's no problem. You know what I mean? That's why we getting you the dates, so we can get all the drinks you want.
No, I'm talking about this.
Oh, look, yeah.
The water.
Facts. All right, so that's it for tonight.
That's it. I think that's it.
That's it. She don't want to say nothing salacious. She don't want to give us
salacious enough.
That was not salacious. That is the nicest thing in the world. You just saying you single and you ready to mingle.
Well, that's probably why I'm single, because everybody thinks I'm gonna be off the chain.
Is that what you think?
I don't know.
I would never think that at all. You don't give off
my
crazy.
Oh, I'm not crazy. Oh,
meaning over the top energy with the
over the top energy. Say whatever.
Yeah.
My friends always say I'm crazy, and my team, when somebody comes new, they be like, "You gotta be crazy." They be like, "Why?" Because Marcy only like crazy people. So.
And I'm crazy. So that is a plus.
Yeah.
And 45. I got 2 qualifications. I'm coming up in the ranks, people.
I said that's what normal. I want to be in the 50s.
Okay. All right, cool. I mean, you know.
Even the old heads I know are whores because I'm in nightlife.
Got you.
And I'll be like this.
That is a fact. Yeah.
I'm not going to tell nobody.
Would the guy you date need to be out and about? Would he need to be in the scene? Okay, cool. Yeah, we good. We good then. Yeah, I'm gonna get you some church dudes, some like regular everyday guy. That's what I'm saying.
And this is the biggest misconception. People think what I promote, I'm at. I'm not. Unless Marcy is getting paid.
Facts.
So I'm not outside. I'm in the house. My friends always say the biggest misconception about Marcy that people don't know. I don't like going. I don't mind. I love people, but I don't miss them.
No.
You know how people. Pandemic, we saw who would die staying in the house,
and you were just as happy.
I was happy. Other than not knowing how to pay my bills, other than that, I was happy.
I loved it.
I love it.
I enjoyed it. I was like, oh man, Netflix is cranking up the content. Let's go. I
love to travel. I love to eat. You can see all that shit from your phone. What people are doing. And like I said, outside is expensive. You can spend $200 just going outside.
Oh, I know. I'm single and dating, so I know. And I'm the person that got to spend the money.
Yeah. And I'm by myself, so I spend my own money. So,
but I'm just saying, like restaurants, even to have like a decent restaurant experience now.
I'm just saying, by myself could be $200. So I know men.
What is she buying herself? Like, this is the question that we all trying to figure out. What is?
It's just crazy.
You know, jewelry
maybe because I don't go out the house that often. So when I'm out, I gotta go get gas for the car. I gotta go do this, and I'm If you're out all day, you got 2 meals.
True.
That's 120 right there.
That's a fact. All right. Well, thank you once again for telling us how expensive it is to be outside. And we love you. We appreciate you.
Love you.
And you know what I'm saying? Y'all, hey, make sure y'all tap in with her. What is it? The Flywire Mag. At The Flywire Mag. Do you have a Facebook page that they can tap into?
Yeah, The Flywire.
The Flywire. Do you have a tickety talk?
The Flywire.
The Flywire.
On X. Everything used to be The Flywire.
You on Twitter too?
I used to love Twitter back and before Instagram. I don't even know how to do nothing.
When you was more journalist. I think that's the first time I interacted with you was maybe on Twitter. May have been.
Yeah. Now, especially since they stopped, you can't repost directly from Instagram. I'm not on there as much.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Threads. Did you fall into Threads?
I'm on there. I'm part of it, but I keep forgetting it. Don't even that it.
I don't. It's annoying.
And what's his face? Isaac Hayes Jr.'s spot.
Oh, you talking about fan base?
Yeah, fan base.
You like fan base? Has it been functional?
I don't know. No, I belong there, but when recently I was trying to get on, they send you the code. I never got the code, so I probably have to use another
something
email
different.
Or something.
Word.
But I want to support that.
Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow at all of these platforms. When the magazine comes out, y'all need to copy it because I'm going to make sure she drops another physical mag. I promise you. And get your tickets for the CIAA event. Make sure you go pull up at the restaurant when it drops. But if you're following the page, you'll get all of this info.
Yes, you'll get all that information.
Bam, as it happens.
And then follow me soon because we're going to have a discount ticket. We do a special early bird for White Party every year.
Yes.
And it'd be crazy.
Yes.
Like we sell 1,000 tickets in one day.
Yes. My mom does a fundraiser every year. She does a crab feast. And I've been trying to get her to mirror more of what you guys do for marketing. And she just doesn't believe that people are going to buy tickets online. And I'm like, yo, people sell crazy tickets.
My aunt lives with me and she's 75 and they use modern technology. They do the Eventbrite and all that stuff.
But
she's 75.
They so used to the hand-to-hand ticket sales. It's crazy. Like, it's really crazy. But anyway, look, me and her will sit here and talk for 3 more hours. We're done. We love y'all. We check y'all next time. Peace. We out. You can click the record button, sir, and get us out of here. And bam. Thank you.